welcome Tarnished to your ultimate guide to quests, key items, and treasures in Elden Ring. Many players find their journeys through the lands between overwhelming and confusing, making it easy to miss vital quests and hidden items along the way. These missed opportunities can significantly impact your overall experience. In this guide, we'll explore the trickiest quests and uncover the treasures that can enhance your adventure. Whether you're a seasoned Tarnished or a newcomer, this guide is designed to help you navigate the expansive world of Elden Ring. Let's begin. In a realm where shadows dance with light and every step reverberates with the echoes of legends long past, I invite you to embark on a journey unlike any other. Welcome, Tarnished One, to the lands between, a world rich with secrets, peril, and the promise of unimaginable power. I am but a humble wanderer, traversing the tides of fate and uncovering the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the surface of this vast tapestry. Here, every hero bears their scars, and every villain has a story woven into the fabric of the night. Together we shall delve into the abyss, unravel the enigma of the Elden Ring, and discover the truths that lie waiting to be unearthed. In this guide, we will explore forgotten lore, uncover essential strategies, and forge alliances with the foes and allies that shape our destiny. So ready your blade and prepare your mind, for the journey ahead is fraught with ambition and peril. Join me as we traverse the twisted paths of this enigmatic realm, where each choice resonates through time, and each moment is a brushstroke in the grand design of creation. Together, we will rise or fall in the face of the unknown. Jump down the hole ahead and you will find the Cave of Knowledge. There you can learn more about game controls and basic actions, as well as other tips that may be helpful during your adventures in the lands between. Welcome to the breathtaking world of Elden Ring. As we embark on this epic journey together, our first destination within the sprawling expanse of Limgrave is the First Step Site of Grace. This crucial waypoint not only serves as a sanctuary but also as the beginning of our adventure, a place where the threads of fate intertwine and new paths await discovery. Prepare to delve into the mysteries that lie ahead, for each step in this realm reveals new landscapes and untold stories waiting to be uncovered. Our journey begins with NPC White Mask Varre. He is an important character for future quests. He will introduce the lands between and share essential information about what we need and what to look for on our way in the beginning. He also informs us about the Grace Light, which shows us the way on the map and guides us to where we need to go. Make sure that you exhaust all dialogue with every NPC. After 2 or 3 interactions, they can open up new conversations and provide valuable information or quests. As you embark on your Elden Ring adventure, I want to share some valuable insights to enhance your gaming experience. I found that the Samurai class is an excellent choice for beginners, offering a balanced combination of a katana, a bow, a shield, and good armor. Another key consideration is your rune allocation. Invest wisely by focusing on increasing your vigor stat, which will help you withstand even the toughest encounters and ensure you have a fighting chance against the formidable bosses that lie ahead. It's also essential to remember that in the lands between, discretion is often the better part of valor. Be sure to spare the lives of non-hostile NPCs, as striking them by mistake can incur unintended consequences. We arrived at the Church of Elleh and discovered a smithing table to upgrade our weapons. Next to it stands another important NPC, Merchant Kale. Be sure to speak with Merchant Kale throughout all the dialogue. He has valuable recommendations for you. He suggests getting a crafting kit, which is essential for crafting items, and a torch to light up dark places. Discover the Site of Grace and push forward north to the Gatefront Site of Grace. Rest at the Site of Grace to encounter a new NPC named Melina, She offers valuable guidance and allows you to level up your character, plus she grants you a spectral steed whistle to summon a mount for your journey. After meeting Melina, continue descending towards the ruins until you come across a nearby carriage containing the Lordsworn's greatsword. Just a little further along the path, you'll also find the map fragment for Limgrave West, which will help you navigate the region more effectively. We will head back to the Church of Elleh, rest at a Site of Grace, and speak with Melina one more time. She will share some more lore and dialogue with us. Then we will visit Merchant Kale again and purchase a crafting kit. Rest at the Site of Grace one more time until nightfall. Then meet the new NPC Renna, who will introduce herself and ask if you've heard about Torrent, the spectral steed. When you answer yes, confirming that you can summon the spectral steed, she will grant you the Spirit Calling Bell, which allows you to summon powerful spirits to aid you in challenging moments, as well as the Lone Wolf Ashes to bolster your combat capabilities. After visiting the Church of Elleh and heading to the front gate Site of Grace, you should indeed encounter Melina once more. She will share some lore and provide insights into your quest. Once you've spoken to her, you can proceed west through the gate. In this area, push forward up to the road where you can grab a golden seed, a special item that allows you to upgrade the number of crimson and cerulean flask charges, which can be done by resting at a Site of Grace and checking the yellow points in your inventory that indicate an available upgrade. Visit the shack to meet the important NPC Roderica. Engage in conversation with her multiple times to receive the sitting sideways gesture and the spirit jellyfish Ashes. Make sure to exhaust all her dialogue options to get the most out of your interaction. Let's quickly return to the front gate Site of Grace to pick up a crucial item before we continue on our journey to the next NPC. Continue southeast toward a nearby ruin. On your right, you'll find a cellar. Inside, open the chest to grab the whetstone knife, which lets you add or replace skills and affinities on weapons and shields. You'll also receive the Ash of War, Storm Stomp. After exiting the cellar, turn left to pick up the flail from the carriage. Head toward Akil Lake North and activate the Site of Grace.
Oi!
Suddenly, a strange voice comes from a nearby bush.
Could you help us out,
You slash
Cully?
the bush, revealing Bok, a small humanoid figure. Speak with him and exhaust all dialogue options for tips and lore before continuing your journey. Continue south and find another scarab, this one carrying the Ash of War, Determination. Defeat it to acquire the skill. Then proceed onto the bridge over the chasm where challenges await you. As you continue across the bridge, you will encounter Night Cavalry, which appears only during the night. If you want to take on this challenge, let me know in the comments if you defeated it on your first encounter or if you ran away. Press further east until you discover the Mistwood Outskirts Site of Grace. After activating this Site of Grace, head southeast through the mystical forest to obtain one more map fragment, Limgrave East. Be sure to grab the Nomadic Warrior's Cookbook 4. Then continue heading north to reach the third Church of Marika Site of Grace. Rest at the Site of Grace and speak with Melina once more, as she will share valuable lore and knowledge with you. Be sure to collect the Sacred Tear and Crimson Crystal Tear, as well as the essential key item, the Flask of Wondrous Physic, to enhance your healing capabilities and unleash powerful effects in battle. Now sit at the Site of Grace and create your own potions. You can mix 2 crystal tears to craft a powerful flask of wondrous physic, offering a variety of effects depending on the tears you combine. As we continue north, we will encounter one more scarab. When defeated, this scarab will reward us with the Ash of War, Sacred Blade. This is a fantastic addition to our arsenal, especially in the early game. Proceed forward by riding your mount while executing 2 Spirit Spring jumps. After leaping across the 2 Spirit Springs, land securely and head west, keeping close to the left edge of the canyon. The path narrows as you navigate through rocky terrain, with the canyon walls rising steeply on either side. You'll see patches of hardy shrubs clinging to the stones and the earthy scent of the wilderness surrounding you. Eventually, you'll arrive at the Summonwater Village Outskirts Site of Grace. This is a good spot to rest and gather your strength for the journey ahead. From here, push to the west along the road. As you travel, you will encounter D, Hunter of the Dead. Make sure to speak with him. He will warn you about the dangers of death that lurk in the village behind you. It's important to exhaust all of his dialogue options to gather crucial information for your journey. Turn back and push forward to the village. Be ready for an intense battle. You'll be facing Tibia Mariner, a challenging boss known for summoning undead minions to assist him. Once you defeat him, you'll earn Skeletal Militiaman Ashes and Deathroot, which are crucial for various quests. After defeating Tibia Mariner, head back to D at the entrance of the village. Speak with him again and show him the Deathroot you've collected. He will then ask you to meet a new NPC named Groveside. Once you accept his invitation, D will mark the portal location to Groveside on your map with a red sign. Continue along the west road from D's location. Along the way, you'll encounter another merchant, so be sure to check in with him for any useful items or updates that may assist you on your journey. After you've stocked up, continue your trek until you reach the Saintsbridge Site of Grace. As you continue up the road, stay alert for strange voices coming from the left side of the mountaintop.
Help me! I'm stuck!
As you climb to the top of the mountain, you will encounter a new NPC, Alexander Ironfist, who is stuck in the ground. Interact with him and he will ask for your help. When you accept his request, Alexander will ask you to smash him a couple of times from behind to help get him unstuck. Position yourself behind him and perform the required action. After you unstuck Alexander, interact with him and go through all his dialogue options to fully understand his story and gain valuable insights. Continue southwest down the road. You will pass an enemy camp where you can collect a Beast Crest heater shield from a chest. Additionally, on top of the ruins, you will find a lance. Soon, you'll spot a small, simple shack, the War Master's shack. As you approach, be sure to discover the Site of Grace inside and step in to meet a new NPC waiting there, ready to assist you on your journey. First, step inside to meet Knight Bernal. Talk to him and he'll unlock his shop for Ashes of War, where you can explore different options. Be careful. If you accidentally attack an NPC, they may turn hostile. To fix this, visit the Church of Vows. At the statue with Celestial Dew, you can seek forgiveness and reset NPCs to friendly status. Finally, don't forget to check your map for a red marker and head in that direction. Use the portal to teleport yourself in front of the Bestial Sanctum. Once you arrive at the Bestial Sanctum, look for the big gates. Approach and open them to gain entry to the area. As you step inside, you will discover the Bestial Sanctum Site of Grace. At the end of the hall, you will find the NPC Gurang. Interact with him and offer him Deathroot. Gurang has a special interest in Deathroot and may reward you for your offerings in the future, so be sure to talk to him thoroughly and see what he has to say. After speaking with Gurang and offering him Deathroot, exit the sanctum through the big gates you came through. Head straight forward into the area outside. Along the way, you found one more golden seed. Press straight on from the Bestial Sanctum, and soon you will come across the Farum Great Bridge Site of Grace. Be sure to rest and replenish your resources at this Site of Grace. Here, you'll have the chance to meet Melina once more. She will approach you with an offer to take you to the Roundtable Hold for the first time. This hub is a crucial location where you can interact with various NPCs, upgrade your weapons, and enhance your character's abilities. Don't hesitate to accept her offer. You'll be whisked away to the Roundtable Hold, where there's much to explore and discover among its inhabitants. When you arrive at the Roundtable Hold, be sure to engage with some of the crucial and important NPCs in the game. Take your time and speak with them multiple times to explore all the dialogue they have to offer. Meet Corin, the Master of Incantation, and then speak with D. Next, Talk to Dialos, who will provide additional insights, and consider checking in with smithing master Hugh to uncover more about his craft and the services he offers. Next, you'll find Gideon, the master of the Roundtable Hold. Speak with Gideon, who will welcome you and provide guidance. You'll also encounter Ensha, who, when you interact with him, will silently grant you a gesture without saying anything. Next, you will find the important merchant, the twin maiden husks. We will come back to them later. Fea. She will share some dialogue with you and ask to hold you. If you accept, she will grant you the Baldachin's blessing. After receiving this, you can ask her to hold you one more time to unlock a secret dialogue section where she will share important information. After finishing your interactions with Fea, make sure to locate Baldachin's blessing in your inventory, as you can use it to remove debuffs on Vigor Sop. After you've wrapped up your interactions at the Roundtable Hold, it's time to head to Warmaster's Shack. Once you arrive, consider using all of your accumulated runes to level up Vigor exclusively for now. Increasing your Vigor will enhance your survivability in battles, making it easier to tackle the challenges ahead. As you travel north from Warmaster's Shack, keep an eye out for the invader Recusant Henricus. This encounter can be quite challenging, so ensure you're well prepared before engaging. Once you defeat Recusant Henricus, you'll receive the Hammer Talisman. After grabbing the talisman, travel to the Summonwater Village Outskirts Site of Grace. Continue heading northeast toward the smoldering church. Be prepared, as you will encounter the invader Anastasia Tarnished-Eater. This fight can be tricky, so focus on rolling to avoid her attacks and striking when you see an opening. Upon defeating Anastasia, you will earn the Sacred Scorpion Charm, a useful accessory that boosts your damage with certain spells and incantations. Don't forget to search the area for the Missionary's Cookbook 3 and Nomadic Warrior's Cookbook 14, which can be found nearby. As you continue your journey, it's time to locate Alexander Ironfist for the second time. Head toward Gale Tunnel, which is relatively straightforward to navigate. Along the way, you'll encounter a few jumps and drops, so be cautious as you make your way through. Before entering the tunnel, take a moment to stop by a nearby graveyard to collect some free runes. These can be helpful for your progression and leveling up. Once you've gathered the runes, jump down onto the ledge and make another jump down to reach the entrance of Gale Tunnel. Be prepared for the encounters and challenges that lie ahead as you seek out Alexander. Jump down multiple platforms until you discover the Site of Grace. From there, proceed straight down the tunnel. Next, either jump or slide down the ladders, then turn left and continue along the tunnel until you spot a small door. Open it to enter and meet Alexander. Behind yet another small door is another Site of Grace. Once you've rested at the Site of Grace, head back to Alexander. Engage him in conversation to learn more about his journey to the festival in Redmane Castle. As you talk to him, he'll share his hopes and ambitions, revealing the significance of the festival and how it ties into his own quest. Once you've gathered all his insights, fast travel to the Mistwood Outskirts Site of Grace. From there, head north and navigate your way up to the ruins in the area. As you explore, you'll encounter a new NPC named Kenneth Haight. Engage with him to learn more about his story and any quests he might offer. If you agree, a new quest will be initiated, leading you to your next destination to address the issue at hand. Now, as we continue our journey south, keep an eye out for 2 crystal tiers, the Piked Crack tier and the Greenspill Crystal tier. It's always a good idea to grab these valuable items, so let's keep a close eye out for them. A bit further ahead, we'll encounter another scarab that drops the Ash of War Ground Slam. As we make our way through the Mistwood, we'll hear a strange howl echoing from above. It's quite eerie and it definitely piques our curiosity. To investigate this, we should stop by a hidden cellar that's tucked along the path. Inside, we can collect the Axe Talisman, a useful item that can enhance our combat abilities. Once we've secured the Axe Talisman, let's head south from the cellar. There are plenty of enemies around, and taking them down will help us gather some extra runes. These runes will be crucial for leveling up and purchasing items later on. After we've amassed a good amount of runes, we'll continue eastward. This path will lead us to the Fort Haight West Site of Grace. After taking a moment to rest at the Fort Haight West Site of Grace, we feel rejuvenated and ready to tackle the challenges that lie ahead. In the front yard of Fort Haight, just above the Site of Grace, we spot one more golden seed. It's worth collecting as it will help enhance our flasks and give us a slight edge in the battles to come. With the golden seed secured, let's move forward and clear out Fort Haight as part of Kenneth's quest. We'll make our way through the sturdy castle gates, navigating past guards and traps. The fort is filled with the spirits of those who came before us, and we can expect a fight at every corner. At the top of the fort, we'll come face to face with a formidable Godric Knight. This foe will test our skills, but with good timing and strategy, we can defeat him. Once he's down, he will drop the Ash of War Bloody Slash, a powerful tool that allows us to unleash a devastating strike in battle. Once you reach the tower, make your way up the ladders to find a chest at the top. Inside, you will find the Dectus Medallion left. It is a key item needed to unlock the path later. With the medallion in our possession, we can make our way down to the castle yard room. Here we will find Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 6, containing recipes that will enhance our crafting capabilities and allow us to make various useful items. Now that we've cleared out the fort and collected our treasures, it's time to head back to the Church of Elleh. If you've managed to gather some smiting stones and runes during our adventures, this is an ideal moment to upgrade your weapon at the smiting table. Speak with Kale about the strange howl in Mistwood Ruins. He'll explain the situation and guide you to do the finger snap gesture. When you use the gesture in the ruins, a friendly wolf will appear in front of you. No fear, it's friendly. Then rest at the Site of Grace and then continue your adventure. After completing a key part of the main quest involving important NPCs, you now have the chance to level up and strengthen your character. You can venture into 3 dungeons and 1 ruin to gather runes, armor, and smiting stones essential for upgrading your gear. Begin your journey in the Limgrave Tunnels, where you'll discover smiting stones and runes that will help you enhance your weapons. Once you've secured your upgrades, head over to the Gatefront Ruins, where valuable armor and additional runes await after you clear out the enemies. Then explore Groveside Cave to obtain the Flamedrake Talisman and a cracked pot. Finally, tackle the Stormfoot Catacombs to acquire the Wandering Noble Ashes and Noble Sorcerer Ashes after overcoming its challenges. After collecting runes and smithing stones, we will refine our weapons and elevate our skills in preparation for the journey ahead, focusing specifically on Bock's second location, Coastal Cave. We'll take a moment to rest at the Site of Grace, allowing our spirits to rejuvenate. It's vital that we engage with Bock in conversation multiple times, as each dialogue reveals deeper insights and potential quests. Once we've exhausted his knowledge, we'll gather our resolve and push forward into the cave, steeling ourselves to confront the challenges and mysteries that lie within the shadows. At the end of the cave, you will face 2 demi-human chiefs. Once you defeat them, they will drop the sewing needle and the tailoring tools. These items are important for Bock's quest and will help you progress further. Afterward, you'll appear on an island with the Church of Dragon Communion, where you can exchange hearts from fallen dragons that you've defeated. We'll get into details about that later. For now, let's head back to the Coastal Cave to speak with Bock. Once you're back at the Coastal Cave, speak with Bock and give him the sewing needle. Engage in dialogue with him multiple times to unlock more of his quest. He will express his gratitude for your help, sharing his dreams and aspirations. After completing your conversations with Bach, proceed out of the cave and make your way to the Agiel Lake north side of Grace. From there, head southeast and follow the path. As you make your way down the path, you'll come across a caravan guarded by 2 trolls. These trolls can be tough opponents, but if you're prepared and strategic in your approach, you should be able to defeat them and claim some runes as a reward for your efforts. Additionally, once you've dealt with the trolls, be sure to check the backside of the caravan. There, you can find a great axe, which can be a valuable weapon for your journey ahead. After you've dealt with the trolls and collected the great axe, head east to spot some ruins. Explore the area until you find a cellar hidden within the ruins. Enter the cellar to face a boss enemy. Once you've defeated the boss, you can lift the door to access the next area. Inside, you'll meet a new NPC named Sorceress Sellen. It's important to speak with her multiple times. Doing so will unlock her shop for you. Sorceress Sellen sells various glintstone spells which can be useful additions to your arsenal if you're planning to delve into magic. Fast travel to the Mistwood Outskirts Site of Grace to get closer to our destination. Let's ride through the mystical forest and make our way to the Mistwood Ruins. Listen closely. The wolves will begin to howl as we approach. We'll use the finger snap gesture to interact with the area, and just like that, a mysterious NPC, Blade the Half-Wolf, will appear to share his knowledge with us. When we talk to Blade, he'll tell us that he's on the hunt for the Bloodhound Knight Darriwil, who can be found nearby in the Forlorn Hound Evergale. His dialogue gives us valuable insight, so make sure to pay attention. After we finish our conversation, we'll head to the Evergale to help Blod in his fight against Darriwil. Let's gear up and take on this challenge together. Let's fast travel to the Waypoint Ruins cellar site of Grace. We materialize in the cellar and make our way out. As we emerge, we get our bearings and start moving south. As we journey south, the landscape unfolds before us. We keep a sharp eye out for any landmarks or points of interest. You find a glowing site of grace at Agiel Lake South. As we ride further south, we arrive in a strange place illuminated by an eerie light. The glow seems to pulse and beckons us closer. Intrigued, we approach the source and interact with it. In an instant, we are enveloped in a shimmering light and feel ourselves being transported to Evergole. Upon arrival, we look around to spot any signs or glowing sigils. If we interact with a sigil, we can summon Blade to assist us in the fight. A sense of urgency fills the air as we prepare to face Knight Darriwil. In the chaos of swords and metal clashing, we manage to defeat him and claim his sword, Bloodhound's Fang. Teleport out and interact with him one more time. After exhausting all dialogue options with Bled, we fast travel to the Roundtable Hold. From there, we jump down from the balcony and move forward. Soon, the invader Mad Tongue Albric appears. We give him a moment to introduce himself, but then we swiftly attack to engage him in battle. After defeating Mad Tongue Albric, we collect the Cipher Pata weapon in the nearby room. Then we teleport back to the Roundtable Hold. From there, we fast travel to the Mistwood Outskirts Site of Grace and visit our friend Kenneth Haight. We interact with him, and he thanks us for reclaiming his fort, granting us the Erdsteel dagger. After speaking through all his dialogue options, Kenneth informs us that he will move to his castle. Our next stop is Kenneth's castle. We fast travel to Fort Haight West, climb up to the castle, and meet Kenneth Haight. After speaking with Kenneth, we fast travel to Agiel Lake South. We run to the west and discover the Seaside Ruins. Upon entering the Seaside Ruins, we go back under the broken ruin. There we find a new, important NPC, Bloody Finger Hunter Yurra. We speak with Yurra, and he warns us about a dragon on the lake in front of us. Deciding to leave the dragon alive for now, we fast travel back to the Agheel Lake South Site of Grace. From there, we head straight ahead, crossing the bridge. Push forward through the canyon until you reach the bridge. After crossing the bridge, look to the right side to find the new site of Grace. From there, we head south and soon encounter a new NPC, Irina. We interact with her and accept the quest to deliver a letter to her father in the castle straight ahead on the road. Make sure to accept the quest in order to continue. After taking the letter from her, we continue south along the road. As we ride along the road, we'll come across a scarab that drops the Ash of War, Mighty Shot. After defeating it, we can push forward and notice a merchant on the left side. If you're interested, feel free to stop by and purchase some upgrades or supplies. Once we're done shopping, we can continue heading south along the road to progress further on our journey. Continuing down the road, we'll make our way towards Castle Morne. Let's stop to collect one more map fragment for the Weeping Peninsula. It'll be useful for navigation. After grabbing the map fragment, we'll get back on the road and push forward. Be aware of the golem in the area with the big bow. It can deal a lot of damage. If you prefer to avoid a confrontation, try to hide beside the nearby ruins. However, if you want to take it down, we can focus on attacking its already damaged legs. If we hit them a few times, the golem will be down in no time. After arriving at Castle Morne, we'll locate the Site of Grace, which will provide us a chance to rest and replenish our resources. It's essential for us to activate it so we have a respawn point. Once we've activated the Site of Grace, let's take a little detour to grab one more golden seed located nearby. Then, fast travel back to the castle, rest at the Grace, and set up your flask for the next adventure. Castle Morne is an intriguing place to explore. It is filled with valuable items and resources. You can find runes that help you level up your character. Additionally, there are upgrade materials scattered throughout the castle. While exploring, you may come across powerful weapons like the Claymore and the Steel Wire Torch. The Claymore is versatile and can deal significant damage. The Steel Wire Torch will illuminate dark areas and can also be used in combat. Another interesting weapon is the Whip, which allows you to attack from a distance. You should also look for the Twin Blade Talisman. This talisman enhances your effectiveness with twin blade weapons, making it very useful. As you search the castle, remember to look for clues about Irina's father. To find Edgar at Castle Morne, you'll need to climb to the tower in the northeastern part of the castle, talk to him multiple times, and then give him Irina letter. After that, Edgar will hand over the sacrificial twig talisman. Following this, backtrack south through the tower. Jump down from the ledges carefully, and this will reveal a site of grace called Behind the Castle. From this vantage point, carefully position yourself before sliding down to the platform below, and as you make contact with it, gather your momentum to leap powerfully to the next platform. This will set you on the right trajectory to successfully reach the roof access point. After exiting through the door, make a quick left turn, and you'll discover the site of grace known as Beside the Rampart Jail. Jump down and head to the boss room. Beside the entrance, you'll have Edgar summoning his sigil. If you want, you can call Edgar to assist you in the fight. When you proceed below the fog, you will encounter the boss, Leonine Misbegotten. After defeating him, he will grant you the legendary armament Grafted Blade Greatsword. Discover the new Site of Grace to fast travel to Castle Morne Lift Site of Grace and then head back to Edgar. Return to Edgar and speak with him multiple times to exhaust his dialogue. Following that, fast travel to the Bridge of Sacrifice Site of Grace, where you'll find Edgar in a second location. When you arrive at the location, you will see a heartbreaking scene with Edgar mourning over Irina's body. Interact with him and exhaust all his dialogue options. Let's fast travel to the Seaside Ruins Site of Grace to continue with Yurra's questline. From there, head north straight ahead, and you'll pass the Dragon Burnt Ruins. In the cellar of those ruins, you can find a teleportation trap chest. Be careful though. If you open the chest, it will transport you to the Elleh Crystal Tunnel. To avoid the trap, quickly open the chest, and when the gray cloud starts to emit, roll out backwards to escape. Once you've dealt with that, push forward into the lake until you spot a group of worm slayers wandering nearby. As you approach, be ready because Dragon Agil will descend from the sky. Defeat the dragon to obtain a dragon heart, which you can then exchange on the island where the Church of Dragon Communion is located. As you travel south to the ruins, speak with Yurra about defeating Dragon Agil. He will mention the Church of Dragon Communion located on a nearby island. Be sure to exhaust his dialogue by asking multiple times to gather more information about the situation. Continue north until you pass under a bridge and move forward. Be careful as you will be attacked by the tough invader Bloody Finger Nerijus. Try to avoid his hits until your friend arrives to help you. After you defeat him, he will give you the Reduvia dagger. Once the invader is gone, turn back and head towards Murkwater Cave. Once you've entered, proceed straight ahead and keep an eye out for any obstacles along the way. When you reach the fork in the path, take a right turn. This will lead you to the boss room. However, don't be surprised if the room is empty. Take a moment to check the chest in the corner and grab the items inside. Suddenly, you'll hear a strange voice begin to speak, and just like that, you're attacked. Meet Patches, our new NPC. To subdue him, you'll need to attack him 3 times until he surrenders. Once he's yielded, engage him in conversation. He will ask for forgiveness. Be sure to forgive him, then reload the game. Head back to Patches, and after interacting with him, he will open a shop for you. Check the chest in the corner, but beware, it's a trap that will teleport you to Mistwood. Once in Mistwood, locate the Site of Grace and rest there. This will allow you to fast travel back to Patches. Interact with him through all his dialogue, and he will grant you a new gesture. After finishing your conversation with Patches, be sure to teleport back out of the cave. Once you've emerged, continue your journey through the canyon area. As you make your way through the canyon, look for the path that leads you to Yurra's second location. When you find Yurra, engage him in conversation. Make sure to exhaust all dialogue options to fully grasp his story and any quests he may offer. Once you've finished the conversation and have gone through all the dialogue, continue your journey deeper into the canyon area. From there, head straight toward the Spirit Spring Jump. After reaching that point, make your way southeast. As you progress, you will notice the artist's shack along the way. Be sure to collect the picture found there, and then continue moving forward on your journey. After we rest at the Site of Grace and gather our strength for the next challenges, we will embark on an exciting adventure to conquer some dungeons. We'll be facing formidable foes, including the ruthless Night Cavalry, a group of heavily armored horsemen, and the fearsome Deathbirds, a flock of deadly avian creatures, as we investigate the deeper areas of Limgrave and the Weeping Peninsula. During our journey, we'll collect valuable items such as armor, weapons, special powers, and crafting materials. So, gear up and let's dive into our exploration. We will start first with the Night Cavalry. The Night Cavalry are formidable bosses in Elden Ring. These imposing knights ride atop dark steeds and only appear at night, making them a fearsome sight. They wield powerful weapons such as large flails and halberds, so be prepared for a challenging battle. Next, we'll take on the Deathbird, a deadly field boss in Elden Ring. The Deathbird is a bipedal bird with a decrepit appearance, armed with a long fire poker. Like the Knight's Cavalry, it only appears at night, lurking in various locations. One effective strategy to defeat the Deathbird is to use holy water pots. If you have 4 of these in your inventory, they can be enough to take it down. If you can't craft holy water pots, you can buy Missionary's Cookbook 1 from Merchant Kale at the Church of Elleh, which will allow you to craft them. Next on our list are the Tree Sentinels, another type of field boss in Elden Ring. These heavily armored knights ride formidable steeds and wield powerful halberds. Players are likely to encounter their first tree sentinel early on as they step out into the lands between. I remember the first time I met one. It absolutely destroyed me. Their high health and devastating attacks can catch you off guard if you're not prepared. To take them on, it's crucial to be aware of their attack patterns and to utilize your surroundings. Summoning spirits or other players can also help tilt the odds in your favor. With patience and strategy, you can bring these knights down. The Erdtree Avatar is a boss in Elden Ring. This large, headless creature resembles a tree stump wielding a massive staff and is typically found guarding minor Erdtrees. While some may not consider them essential, defeating an Erdtree Avatar can be rewarding. Most avatars drop valuable materials such as the Opaline Bubble Tear and the Crimson Burst Crystal Tear, which are used to enhance the Flask of Wondrous Physic. The Stormhill Evergale is home to the imposing Crucible Knight, a formidable enemy that will stop at nothing to vanquish you, making this encounter a true trial by combat. Upon defeating him, you will be rewarded with the aspects of the Crucible Tail, a powerful trophy of your victory. Last but not least, the Weeping Evergale is the location where you can face the ancient hero of Zamor, engage in a challenging battle, and upon his defeat, you will be rewarded with Radagon's Scar Seal. This unique talisman raises your vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity by 3 each, but be cautious as it also increases damage taken by 10%. Let's explore Limgrave. We've already cleared 3 dungeons, and we have 3 more to tackle. High Road Cave. In this dungeon, you'll find the Sham Seer, the Blue Dancer Charm, and Smithing Stone 1 and 2. Death-Touched Catacombs. Here we can acquire the Assassin's Crimson Dagger, the Uchigatana, Grave Glovewort 1, and Deathroot, which is important for Gurren's quest. Murkwater Catacombs. In this location, we'll discover Grave Glovewort 1, Ghost Glovewort 1, and encounter Banished Knight Engval. Let's gear up and head into these dungeons. Our next stop is Fringefolk Hero's Grave, located in the starting area, Stranded Graveyard. You can fast travel to the site where you'll see a fog wall. Use a stone key on the statue to open the door and gain access. Inside Fringefolk Hero's Grave, you can find Erdtree's Favor, the Erdtree Great Bow with 10 great arrows, and the Dragon Communion Seal. After defeating the ulcerated tree spirit, you'll receive a golden seed and the banished knight Oleg Ashes. After finishing Limgrave, we venture to the Weeping Peninsula with 5 dungeons to tackle and land to explore. First on our list will be Impaler's Catacombs. There you can find Demi-Human Ashes, Grave Glovewort, and Ghost Glovewort. The next dungeon on our list is Earthbore Cave. There you can find the Spelldrake Talisman as well as some crafting material. Our next destination is Tombsward Catacombs. Here you can find a very powerful spirit summon, Lutel the Headless, as well as Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 9 and some crafting materials. Our next dungeon on the list will be Tombsward Cave, where you can find Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 8 and the Viridian Amber Medallion. The last dungeon on our list for Limgrave and the Weeping Peninsula will be Morne Tunnel, where you can find a lot of smithing stones 1, staunching boluses, and a rusted anchor. If you are wondering and explore even more in Limgrave and Weeping Peninsula, there's more to explore, and mention some notable locations. Collect sacred tears in Weeping Peninsula at these locations, consume at a Site of Grace to upgrade the Flask of Crimson Tears and the Flask of Cerulean Tears. Faith Knot, Crystal Tear. The Faith Knot, Crystal Tear can be combined with another Crystal Tear at any Site of Grace using the Flask of Wondrous Physic. At the isolated merchant's shack, you will find a merchant selling various items, including a lantern. I highly recommend purchasing the lantern, as it can greatly enhance your exploration in darker areas of the game and improve visibility overall. Thank you, brave souls, for embarking on this wondrous journey through the mystical realms of Limgrave and the haunting beauty of the Weeping Peninsula. As we traversed these enchanted lands, I hope you felt the exhilarating pulse of adventure and the whispers of ancient secrets waiting to be unveiled. As a fledgling storyteller, I aspire to weave my fantasies into the very fabric of existence, enchanting hearts and minds along the way. Your presence is a beacon of inspiration, and together we can breathe life into these magical tales. If our exploration sparked a flame of excitement within you, I beckon you to press that like button and keep the fires of curiosity burning brightly. Prepare yourselves, for in our next chapter, we shall stand resolute against the formidable Margit and delve deep into the shadowy corridors of Stormvale Castle. Greater wonders and formidable foes await, and you will not want to miss a single moment of our grand adventure. So subscribe to my channel and let's continue this epic quest together. Until our paths cross once more, keep your lanterns aglow and let your imagination soar. The saga has only just begun.